Well, welcome. This is Art Giser, and welcome to this Facebook Live. I do these Facebook Live sessions almost every Thursday, and not if I'm traveling or teaching, at 5 after the hour. And here in Pacific time in California, it's just 5 minutes after noon. And I do that because people in Pacific, some people get off at lunch at noon. If you're in the East Coast, it'd be 3:05. If you're in London, it would be 8:05, 9:05 in Central Europe. So people are joining in right now. So this is a great time. Just take a couple of easy, deep breaths and relax, and we'll get started. But I want to give people a chance to sign in. I'll have a cup of tea. Okay. Great to see you all there. So these Facebook Lives, well, first I should say I'm the creator of Energetic NLP for people that are new. And Energetic NLP is a unique blend of NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which is a very structured, logical, magical approach to deep personal change, deep transformation. And I've been an NLP trainer since 1985, and I studied with all the developers of NLP. And I've also, but I combine it with transformative energy work, spiritual principles, intuition development, and Energetic NLP, again, is a unique blend of all of that. And in these Facebook Lives, I do a little bit of explaining at the beginning, sometimes a bit more. The main thrust of these will be to do energy work, but occasionally I'll want to be teaching something or really, or explaining concepts in Energetic NLP. But we'll always do at least some energy work. And today we'll do a lot of energy work. And the whole thing should take 30 to 40 minutes at most. Again, so easy deep breaths if you've just joined us. Okay. So today what we're going to focus on is healing and renewing and strengthening, revitalizing our respiratory systems. So your sinuses, and that would include allergies that involve your sinuses, the throat, the lungs, even to some extent, though we're not emphasizing working with the blood in this one. Of course, oxygen transfer is happening in the blood, it's happening in the lungs, and going into your blood and going throughout your body. So we'll be doing at least a little bit of that. But the main emphasis will be on the sinuses, the throat, the lungs. And, when I'm first recording this, you may be listening to it later. It's spring. A lot of people's allergies are up, and there seems to be different colds going around. So I think this is a really good time to do it. And let me explain just a couple things about Energetic NLP before we start so that we're all on the same page. So in Energetic NLP, we always have people put their inner wisdom and their spirit in charge of what happens for them. So in just a little bit, I'll suggest that you put your inner wisdom and your spirit in charge of what happens for you during the session. And that's because, as wonderful as our conscious minds are, they're limited and they don't know everything that's going on because our energy systems and our spiritual life and emotional life, our physical life are quite complicated and complex. And spiritually, energetically, it's multidimensional, probably multi-lifetime, depending on what you believe. But it's all very complex. And in Energetic NLP, we use different concepts of how all this works because you have to do that. But we're not attached to them because when I look at somebody's energy, it's much more complex and beautiful and dynamic and multidimensional than any of the descriptions I ever read about. So the descriptions that you might mainly hear about, chakras, or I call them energy centers too, chakras, or your energy field, your aura, they're all really useful. I just think they're really incomplete. But your spirit and your inner human wisdom know about your energy system, know how it works, knows what it's appropriate to clear, knows what to heal, knows what resources to bring in energetically and physically. So in your job in all of this will be to put your inner wisdom and spirit in charge and relax with your conscious mind, which a lot of people find very, very, very difficult because we're so trained that we have to do it the other way, that we have to keep conscious control. So again, everybody take a couple easy deep breaths and relax. Now, we created a term and a concept in Energetic NLP called your miraculous self. Your miraculous self. And sometimes we just call it your M for short. And your miraculous self is not your high self. So let those be two separate things. Your high self just exists. And when people use the term high self, people mean 20 different things by it. So, but we're not talking about that at all. What we're calling your miraculous self is when you create alignment between your spirit and your inner human wisdom. You create alignment and you give your spirit and your inner human wisdom, you allow it to guide, you support, you help you to manifest. And when you're doing energy work, you're allowing that your inner wisdom and spirit to be in charge of what happens. And when they're working together, you're forming what we call your miraculous self. And for almost everybody, to some extent, your miraculous self exists, but it's like a muscle you've never exercised. So it's weak and flabby and ineffective. And in Energetic NLP, we take it further and further and further to develop this muscle, to really develop it so that your miraculous self is this incredible force in your life that helps you create your heart's desires, opportunities, that helps you deal with the challenges that happen in life. So it's a big subject, but for right now, the beginning part of this, because there's a lot more to it than this, but the beginning part is just from your conscious mind, give permission, give 100% permission for your spirit and your inner wisdom to form a miraculous self, and ask them to align in working together to really create a miraculous life for you. So just go, this is my intention, and I'm giving 100% permission for my inner wisdom and spirit to form a miraculous self for me. And I'm giving that miraculous self permission to guide me, support me, and help me to manifest. Okay, great. And for the rest of what we're doing, I'm not going to explain much more about Energetic NLP right now. I explain bits and pieces in different of the videos. And be sure to sign up on my mailing list at energeticnlp.com. And I'll put that in the chat later in case you don't have it. But I do webinars and online programs of different kinds that go a lot more deeply into all of this, and would allow you to go much, much further with it. So, but for right now, just go, okay, my miraculous self is in charge. So your job is to relax and just let whatever happens, happens, and not judge it and not analyze it. And that's the part that's challenging for so many people. It's this weird thing that human beings have trouble having the experience they're having. You know, the old be here now. We're so busy judging what should be or shouldn't be or could be or couldn't be or might not be or must be or mustn't be, and analyzing ourselves that we shut down the energetic experience. And sometimes that analysis is great. I'm a great analyzer. I'm all for it. I managed a research lab in a medical school for 11 years. I like logic. I like analysis. But for you to really develop spiritually and energetically to what's possible, you have to let go of that and let your own inner wisdom and spirit be in charge. And while we're doing this, if you find yourself analyzing it or wondering if I'm doing it right, is it working, any of that stuff, I want you to treat whatever comes up with the skill you learned as a teenager. You may have learned it earlier, but every teenager learns how, when their parents or some adult is talking to them, how to, look at them, nod, acknowledge that they heard it, and then ignore it. Another name for that might be mindfulness. Just notice it, acknowledge it, and then leave it alone. Because things will often come up. Okay, easy deep breaths. We'll answer, Valerie had a question about, is it true that spiritual energies come through the sinuses? Spiritual energies come through a lot of different places in your body. And energies do come through your sinuses and around your sinuses. We have what some people call the telepathic channels that run along the sinuses and inside the head. And a lot of sinus problems is actually irritation from the energy in our telepathic channels. But I wouldn't say that all spiritual energies come through the sinuses. Some do, but that, again, they're coming through all different kinds of places. Okay, easy deep breaths. Give your miraculous self, your M, 100% permission to be in charge. And we will do a little visualization as part of this because it's helpful and it will keep our conscious minds happy. You can imagine little gold balls of energy, and imagine they're like little sponges, little magical golden sponges, and let them run through your sinuses, absorbing energies that aren't yours. And even though you may have no idea where they are, your miraculous self does, let the gold balls also run through your telepathic channels, clearing out other people's thoughts, other people's energies. And when these little gold balls get full, they just come out of you, go into the earth, and take all that energy with them. So just imagine a lot of these little gold sponges, little gold balls going through your sinuses, going through your telepathic channels. And that they then just flow into the earth, taking energies with them. And then imagine a little cobalt blue ball of energy, and it may not look quite, it may look more black to you, but cobalt blue is this really deep, deep blue that this coffee cup is, though it may appear black on your screen. Imagine some cobalt blue balls of energy. Let them go into your head and your sinuses and actually all over your body, and let them absorb programming, anything that's causing you to have any kind of problems with your sinuses, your lungs, your respiratory system, including the oxygen transfer in the blood. This could be past life experiences. It could be old emotions. It could be other people's energies. It could be societal programming, ancestral programming. It could involve karma. It could involve spiritual contracts. Just put your miraculous self in charge and let those cobalt blue balls run through your whole body, absorbing whatever would set you up to have problems with your respiratory system. And you can have more cobalt blue balls moving through your entire energy field, going up at least 9 feet, 3 meters, and down at least 3 feet, a meter below your feet, and go all around you. And just let them be run by your miraculous self, and let them kind of like old Pac-Man, if you know what those are, gobbling up whatever your miraculous self wants you to release that could negatively impact your respiratory system, either is doing it now or could in the future. You take a couple easy deep breaths. Let the gold balls and the cobalt blue balls be released into the earth. And now we're going to bring in energies to do more clearing, more healing, and to replace those energies in the programming with energies and programming that would lead to your having really wonderful sinuses, respiratory system. If you find yourself getting serious, put a smile on your face. In Energetic NLP, we found the more amused you are, the more playful you are with this, the more you treat it like, okay, we're just doing this fun little game right now, and it doesn't matter if it works or doesn't work. We're just doing a little visualization. A little meditation. The more you treat it lightly, the more you'll get out of this. So just relax about the whole thing. And by the way, these are recorded and they remain on this, maybe not indefinitely, but for a while at least, they'll all be on this page. And I'll tell you how you can find them easily later. So you can always listen to it again and do more. Let it be working through your throat, into your lungs, the alveoli, the little structures in your lungs. Just imagine your lungs tissue is becoming pink and healthy, and just imagine it glowing. Your lungs are glowing. Your throat and esophagus are glowing. Your sinuses are glowing. But your whole respiratory system and the involvement of the blood in it, just this beautiful glowing energies are coming in, adding vitality to your cells and to the structures in your body. Easy deep breaths. And I didn't say this for anybody who's new. Doesn't matter if you feel the energy or not. You know, in the training programs, people learn how to see energies and hear energies and work with energies. But it will work whether you're aware of the energies or not. Sometimes really, really powerful energies, people very often don't feel them. Easy deep breaths. And I would like to mention, you might even want to consider going online. I know there's a lot on YouTube. There's a lot of different kinds of breathing exercises, yogic ones, Taoist ones, all kinds of breathing exercises that help your entire body and energy system, and of course help your respiratory system. So it's something you may want to check out and try. I've been doing more. I did them when I was really young, and then I stopped doing them for some reason. So they're a really good thing to do. And you might look around and see which ones you like. And if you find any you think are really great, you can post them on this page even. Okay, easy deep breaths. We're bringing in some very different energies now. So just imagine the tissues are happy, they're smiling. Imagine the cells are smiling. They're getting life force, they're getting energy. They're releasing what harms them. And they're bringing in what will help them. Easy deep breaths. Right now, the energy is concentrating on clearing. So there's an immediate cause for any kind of physical problems, but then there are deeper, more complex spiritual and energetic causes. So now give 100% permission for your M to be in charge and work on any, for want of a better word, deeper spiritual and energetic causes that either are causing you problems now with your respiratory system or could in the future. And let's just clear, heal, and transform these deeper energetic and spiritual structures that could interfere with your respiratory system. Easy deep breaths. Really, just imagine, even if they're not feeling great now, imagine enjoying your sinuses, enjoying your throat and windpipe, enjoying your lungs, enjoying the oxygen being transported through your blood vessels and capillaries. Just really, even if you have to fake it, just enjoy it. Enjoy having this amazing body. And particularly right now, the respiratory system. Enjoy it, acknowledge it. Even if it's not perfect, acknowledge it, enjoy it, appreciate it. Send it love and let it receive universal love. And then in energetic NLP, we often do what we call downloads. And in it, what you do is you send your miraculous self, your M, up into what people call the Akashic records or the cosmic library. And it's a metaphor for the idea that there's a space, obviously not a space like this coffee mug's a space, but there's a space where you can think of all the knowledge of mankind, humankind is being stored. All the experiences from your lifetimes, this lifetime and other lifetimes, and all human existence. And you never, ever, ever take anything from the library. Never take anything. But you can copy whatever you want, or almost anything you want. Some things they're a little guarded. But ask now, give 100% permission for your miraculous self to go into the cosmic library, the Akashic records, and find skills, concepts, and abilities that will help you have a really healthy, wonderful respiratory system. Help you with infections and sinuses and just keeping it healthy, keeping it working well. Every bit of your respiratory system. And so as your miraculous self is in the library, it's copying any skills, concepts, abilities it wants you to have. And as it copies them, give it 100% permission to download them into your energy field. Let them bypass your conscious mind, at least for the most part. Let them just come directly in. And you're not letting just anything in. You're letting in what your miraculous self wants. So it's vetted, it's been checked. So just let it in. Skills, concepts, abilities, programming, anything that will help you have a better and better respiratory system. Just imagine your future self having this incredible respiratory system. And, you know, I've been talking about oxygen, but your respiratory system is one of the ways you bring in prana. There's different kinds of prana which is one word from the Indian culture for some of the life force energies. There's air prana and solar prana and earth prana, and this air prana comes in through our lungs. So let's also ask our miraculous selves to download skills, concepts, and abilities that help us really bring in prana and then utilize it in our body. So with every breath that we're taking, we're bringing in wonderful life force energies and spreading them to every part of our bodies. And you can imagine your miraculous self is in charge of that, so no part of your body gets too much or too little energy. And let's include in our thinking in that also a part of the miraculous self that we're not getting in today is the wisdom of your body. Your body has a consciousness, it has an energy, it has a wisdom that's different than other aspects of your consciousness. So your miraculous self and your body consciousness, your body wisdom are working together to create a wonderful respiratory system, wonderful oxygenation of your body, and also a wonderful intake of prana. And then the distribution of that prana to every part of your body as your miraculous self and your body decide it should send it. Just take a deep breath and just pretend it's happening, like oxygen and prana are just wonderfully revitalizing your body, sending a smile energy to every cell in your body. And really imagine that every cell in your body is a smile on it. Or a smile in it. Every cell of your body, as directed by your miraculous self and body, is getting the oxygen it needs, it's getting and wants. It's getting the prana that it should get. And if there's any unhealthy cells that your miraculous self and your body don't want to get oxygen and prana, then it can cut them off so that those unhealthy cells, some unhealthy cells need to be healed and some unhealthy cells need to be dissolved. So if they need to be dissolved, it can cut down their oxygen and prana, so it's easier to dissolve them. Okay, let that wind down. And a couple things to remember is energetic NLP processes, they don't end when we stop the process. You'll keep processing this probably for at least days. So you'll keep getting benefits out of it. And it's important to drink water. It's great to stretch, move a little bit, or take a hot bath, or get a massage, because your energy body and your physical body are so intertwined. As you improve your energy body, your body wants to shift and align in a healthier way. So, you know, you can do heavy movements if you want, but even just light stretching and just anything that, you know, and you might want to really expand your chest and your lungs and really let all of that in your neck and your head, and just let everything realign itself in a healthier way. So drink water, stretch and move a bit. As you're processing this, it's possible emotions may come up that are being cleared. If they do over the next couple of days, just be mindful of them, just notice them, acknowledge them, let them flow out. You know, sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Everybody, imagine a gold ball of energy over your head, because there's been some merging of energies while we're working, and it's important to separate back out. It's important that I get my energy and programming out of your space. It's important that you get your energy and programming out of everybody else's space. So imagine there's this gold ball of energy above you. Let it pull all of your energy back from everybody else into that gold ball. And I'll pull all my energy and programming into my gold ball. And ask your miraculous self to ground you thoroughly and gender ground you. And if you don't consciously know what that means, just let your miraculous self handle it. Your miraculous self will inspect the energy in the gold ball. If any of the energy isn't truly yours or isn't good for you, it gets sent into the earth and it gets recycled. Any of the energy that is authentically yours gets cleaned up, charged up, made sparkling, and it's sent down and fills up your body and energy field. And you never want to leave empty space in your energy field. So imagine that gold energy is coming into your energy field all around you and in you and into your body. And if there's any empty spaces, it gets filled with gold energy. Because gold energy is a neutral spiritual energy, and you can use it kind of like food. So you can fill up any space with that. So a couple of things. If you haven't liked this Energetic NLP page, please do so. If you haven't commented, please comment. And the reason for that is by liking the page and commenting, Facebook goes, oh, Facebook really loves interaction. So when people comment and interact, so the likes and the hearts, they really like those, but they especially like comments. So, and all three of them are the best. But what will happen if you do that? Facebook will just organically go, okay, this is good stuff, and it will show it to more people that are interested in personal and spiritual growth, because it'll go, okay, people are interacting like this, then this is something to show other people, which is a reasonable assumption. So it's a help to me, and it's a help to other people if you go ahead and do that. And thank you all so much for being part of this. Please do let other people know about these Facebook Lives. They're every Thursday, except if they're not going to be, I'll put a message up. Sometimes I'm teaching or traveling, and then they won't happen. Let's just bring in a lot of sparkling energy. It's good to stomp your feet, pat your body. If you're doing anything after this that requires safety, ask your miraculous self to make sure, in your unconscious mind, to make sure you're grounded, safe, and alert. Grounded, safe, and alert. And for all of us, tonight when you're sleeping, set your intention and give permission for your unconscious mind and your miraculous self to work together while you're sleeping tonight. Not all night, just a portion of the time when you're sleeping. Your unconscious mind and your miraculous self will review what we did. It will be infused with your inner wisdom. It'll be infused with your spiritual information. It'll be made richer and deeper and higher and wider and more multidimensional. And it will be more automatically integrated into your life. And all that can happen while you sleep soundly and deeply, and while you wake up feeling refreshed the next day. And that more and more of this will be automatically integrated into your life. And I'll put it in right now. Again, if you haven't signed up on my mailing list, I would encourage you to do so. And I'll put it in right now. Because I do a lot of webinars and stuff that we go a lot deeper and do a lot of different things, a lot more than we can do in these Facebook Lives. And of course, I also offer training programs and a lot of other kinds of programs. And I have a number of workshops that are going to be coming up, definitely in California over the next couple of months, and maybe in some other places. So if you're on the mailing list, you'll hear about it. Well, thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Again, deep breaths. And every now and then, just remember to smile at your sinuses, smile at your throat and windpipe, smile at your lungs, smile at your bloodstream carrying the oxygen and the prana all over your body. And every now and then, you might do an affirmation like, my respiratory system is sending oxygen and prana to my body, creating wonderful health. Mental, emotional, and physical health. Okay, well, that ought to keep you busy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope you'll join me again next week. Oh, and it's set up differently depending on your device, but on the Energetic NLP Facebook page, somewhere, like on the computer, it's a left-hand column, and other devices, it could be somewhere different. But though somewhere will be, you can click on videos. And if you do that, it's easier to find all the Facebook lives. Otherwise, you have to just keep scrolling through the Facebook page, which you're very welcome to do. But if you click on videos, they're easier to find. Okay, thanks, and have a wonderful rest of your day and evening. I'm going to stop the live, but you can still comment.